Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that came out in the New York Daily News, February 26, 2019. They are still overwhelmingly in New York arresting Blacks and Hispanics for low level type marijuana arrests. So it's actually going up for Blacks and Hispanics and going down for whites. You would think white people didn't touch pot the way they go after Blacks and Hispanics up in New York. So let's get into this story. Remember, they can't get you on no most violent crime. So the biggest thing they can get people in our community on is still overwhelmingly marijuana. Despite a push to decriminalize marijuana, the rate of African Americans and Hispanics getting arrested on pot charges is climbing, according to recent city stats. Overall, weed arrests are a fifth of what they were during the spring of 2018, dropping from 2,652 at the end of June to 520 at the end of December. But since the mayor de Blasio and the NYPD started a new policy to go easy on marijuana possession last fall, the rate of Black and Hispanic arrests for pot has ticked up 2 points. So if they take it easy on those arrests, why is it going up? I tell you, because they can't not arrest those kind of people. Then what happens to the prison labor? See, that's what it really all boils down to. The percentage of whites arrested decreased in the same margin. So it decreased for white people, but went up for Blacks and Hispanics. Exemptions to the mayor's new rule on local weed make it more likely that those ticketed or arrested for pot will be Black or Hispanic, said City Councilman Rory Lampman, who has led the push for reforming pot enforcement. Police will still arrest public tokers if they're on probation or parole, or a violent offender, or if cops deem them a public safety threat. You know how easy it is for them to look at you doing absolutely nothing and claim you are a threat? Too easy. Too easy. If you blaze without ID or have an active warrant, you're still going downtown for getting high. If the pool of people who are not eligible for more lenient treatment are more likely to be Black or Hispanic, then the law is being enforced in a racist way, Lansman said. Those disparity numbers are going the wrong way. The solution, the councilman said, is to stop enforcement completely, especially in light of the likelihood the state legislature and the governor will legalize recreational marijuana use in the next 3 months. And it's being legalized all over. I just saw an article in New Mexico. New Mexico is getting ready to legalize marijuana. So it's happening all over the country. The city needs to stop arresting and summoning people for recreational marijuana use, Lansman said. If the rate of arrest continue, he said, about 5,000 people will be run through the criminal system between now and the time pot smoking is legal. The city needs to ask itself why it's doing that, he said. The cops defend its pot policing, noting that arrest numbers have dropped more than half from 2017 to 2018, but they're still trying to hang on to that. And remember, these cops get paid for all of these arrests. They don't want to let go of that shit because it's an easy arrest for them. It's easy pocket money, easy arrest, and easy to get the prison labor done. They don't want to let go of it, even if they legalize it, which doesn't make any sense. Once it's legal, you should be expunging records and letting people go. That's the only thing the state needs to do, and stop trying to round these people up over such a petty thing. The NYPD has dramatically reduced arrests and summonses for marijuana-related offenses. Police spokeswoman Sergeant Jessica McRory said, "This new policy is an important step towards less intrusive enforcement while we continue to drive down crime to record low, and New York City remains the safest big city." Yeah, just stay away from the cops. They're probably the most dangerous thing in the city. On Wednesday, the city council will hold a hearing on how the local government will react to the new normal of legal weed. Rockaway's Councilman Donovan Richards said he wants to make sure minority communities, which have been disproportionately penalized by the NYPD's marijuana enforcement, should get first crack at the city's budding pot market. They should, but it's still not going on enough. If you look at who owns the pot businesses, the legal pot businesses in the country, it's still overwhelmingly white. We want to make sure that true economic justice come to the Black and brown communities, he said. It's going to be a billion-dollar industry. That money should go to the community, not Wall Street. Richards also said marijuana arrest and conviction records should be sealed after legalization. Legalization should not happen without expungement, he said. And I agree with that. And then, that's another good thing, because I did a story on San Francisco, and I think they had expunged over 9,300 records. And I know they're doing that in my state and other states. And like I said, I read a story on New Mexico today. They're planning on legalizing pot, and also they are going to expunge records. That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. And anybody with a marijuana charge, you need, and your state has already legalized marijuana, you need to look into having that expunged off of your records. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. They are still arresting a lot of Blacks and Latinos for pot, but a decreased number of whites in New York. And, that should not be the case at all. In fact, New York's pot should be legal this coming spring. They should be passing. I know this tri-state area should be becoming legal sometime in the spring. So tell me what you think, y'all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.